So we've seen that tracking things like bounce rates and other metrics that we are familiar with in our analytics space and our metrics tracking space can be useful for certain things, but we've also seen that we have failed so far as an industry in large part to tie those things back to business objectives. And that's really where we're going with this idea of key performance indicators, or KPIs. What they are going to be indicators as to whether or not we are actually obtaining business objectives, if we're succeeding or if we're failing at obtaining these business objectives. And to start, we're going to have to define these business objectives with our customers. Now, if you have an e-commerce client, this is obviously an easy one. The goal, the business objective of an e-commerce website is to sell things on the website. So this is a very, very easy one for us to identify, but it's only one. And the reality is there's really not that many sites out there that do e-commerce on their website, or if they do, maybe it's a small percentage of what they do. Of course, there are specialty sites and specialty clients that only work with e-commerce, but for a lot of us, we're working with customers that may not sell anything on their website. Instead, they're looking for a lead, and lead generation comes in many, many shapes and forms. From a website, it could be anything from a phone call to filling out a lead submission to getting contact information and sending an email. These are very, very important for us to find ways to track or find KPIs that will indicate whether or not we're getting leads off of our online marketing initiatives. It's a very, very tangible business goal. Now, the next one that you might have is to get the phone to ring. This is one where we talk to our customers, and oftentimes they'll say, well, you know what, I don't sell anything online, and so I don't have any goals to track on my website. Well, we can tell them, would you like to get a lead from your website? And the answer is, of course, well, yes, I'd love to. And then you have a goal. And then some people will say, well, yeah, but my leads come through phone calls. And because that's offline and a website is online, well, I can't actually track that. Well, the answer is you can track that, and there's lots of different ways to do that. Of course, in many geographies, many regions, Google has call tracking enabled, and it allows you to track AdWords campaigns and things like that. But even beyond just the AdWords platform, many different countries have call tracking solutions that are extremely robust. We have call tracking solutions for just about any budget that can do anything from lease a pool of many phone numbers that tie back to individual keywords and individual advertising accounts across not just AdWords, but your other channels as well. And then we have some that are extremely advanced that can actually take that voice recording of the phone call and break it apart into the words, and it can track exactly who was the customer and who was the agent that was talking to them. And you can even do things in some of the advanced packages, like you can set conversions up to say that if a credit card name was mentioned and the agency person or the agent on the phone said, thank you, sir, or thank you, ma'am, you can indicate that a conversion happened for an average sales price of $25. It's really amazing where the technology has gone and the things that we can track in the online space. Now, of course, you're probably familiar with and using a lot of these phone tracking solutions. And so talking to our customers about this really helps change that online metrics tracking experience into something that is talking about business objectives. We can track what it was we did that made your phone ring. Now, the other thing that we want to talk about is things like just plain mailing lists, getting someone to sign up for a newsletter. This is a great thing for us to be doing as agencies. There are all kinds of newsletter sign up solutions out there, everything from the MailChimps and the vertical response and constant contact that have a very, very simple way for people to come to your website and say, you know what, I'm not interested in buying something right now, but I like what you have to sell. I'd like to hear more about it. They put in their name on the email list, they've signed up for your newsletter, and that's worth something. That's a business objective. That's a conversion on the website. We can track that and we can understand exactly what you got back for your market.